Deep in the cold silence between stars, far from any bright sun, a fleet moved like shadows through space. They were the Kelthari, tall, sharp-eyed beings with dark armor and ships that looked like blades. Their empire had crushed dozens of worlds. No one had ever stood against them for long. They believed they were the strongest force in the galaxy. Their scouts had found a new system. Small sun. 4 rocky planets. One of them had air, water, and life. The third planet glowed with lights at night. Cities, signals, machines. The Kelthari called it Target Gamma 9. Another weak civilization to absorb or erase. Commander Kalar stood on the bridge of his flagship, the Vornthak. His eyes glowed faint yellow in the dim light. He had led fleets to victory for over 50 cycles. He did not fear war. He expected surrender. "Long-range sensors active," said Vrex, his lead tactician. "We are entering high orbit of the third planet." Kalar nodded. "Scan for military, signals, defense grids, weapon sites." Vrex tapped the console. "There is one large object in geosynchronous orbit, not a station, not a colony platform. It is a warship." Kalar turned. "Show me." A hologram formed in the air. A ship hung above the blue planet. It was long, thick, and built like a tank. No smooth curves, no glowing shields, just heavy metal, sharp edges, and rows of cannons along its sides. It did not move. It did not speak. It simply waited. "Human designation," Vrex said, reading the data. "Battleship. Name: USS Maverick." Kalar frowned. "That cannot be right. Their species is primitive. Their space travel is barely advanced. They should not have a vessel of that size." "Yet it is real," Vrex said. "Mass readings. Confirm. It is armed. Power levels are high. Do they know we are here? They must." Our approach was not silent. Kalar leaned forward. "Send first contact signal. Standard protocol Delta. Let them speak. Let them beg." No reply. Came. The Kelthari moved closer. 5 scout ships led the way, forming a spearhead. They pulsed with blue energy, ready to strike if needed. The Maverick did not move, did not raise shields, did not fire. "They are either foolish or fearless," Vrex said. "Or both," Kalar muttered. Then, without warning, the Maverick turned. Not fast, not flashy, just a slow, steady rotation, like a predator locking onto prey. Its front opened up. Long barrels slid forward. Red lights glowed along its spine. "They are charging." "Weapons," Vrex said, voice tight. "Impossible. At this range, even if they fire, we have time to evade." But before he could finish, the human ship fired. 2 streaks of light ripped through space. No flash, no sound. Just 2 rods moving so fast they blurred. The first hit a Kelthari scout, ship dead center. The shield flared bright violet, then cracked. The ship split in half, exploding into fire and twisted metal. The second rod struck another scout. It spun out of control, engines dead, crew gone. The Kelthari froze. "What was that?" Kalar shouted. "Kinetic impactors," Vrex said, stunned. "Solid slugs, fired at .3 light speed. No energy trail, no warning." Before they could react, the Maverick launched missiles. Not a few, not a dozen, hundreds. Small, fast, and silent. They shot forward in waves, each one locking onto a target. The Kelthari tried to dodge, but the missiles were too fast, too smart. They split mid-flight, chasing ships with deadly precision. Explosions lit the void. One Kelthari cruiser erupted as a fusion warhead tore through its core. Another lost its engine array and drifted, helpless. 3 more vanished in bright flashes. "They are destroying us," Vrex whispered. Kalar slammed his fist on the console. "Activate full fleet. Bring in the main force. We crush them now." But the Maverick did not chase. It did not celebrate. It simply reloaded. Its hull was scarred from Kelthari return fire, but it still floated steady. Still armed. Still watching. On board, the crew worked in calm silence. No panic. No yelling. They had trained for this moment their whole lives. Captain Dale Hawkins stood at the front of the bridge, hands behind his back. He was a man in his 50s with short gray hair and tired eyes. He had spent 20 years in space, most of them. "Waiting for this day. Damage report," he said. Lieutenant Paul Greer looked up from his screen. Minor hull breaches on decks 7 and 9, no casualties, railguns recharging, missile bays at 60%. Shields, holding at 78, took a few hits but nothing critical. Hawkins nodded. Keep scanning. They'll come back. And next time, they'll bring everything. Ensign Lisa Moran turned from comms. Sir, we're picking up a fleet signal. Kelthari command. They're calling the main armada. Numbers are growing. How many? 200. Ships, maybe more, converging from the outer belt. A quiet murmur ran through the bridge. Hawkins did not flinch. Send the alert to Earth. All defense units. This is not a drill. We are at war. He walked to the main view screen. The blue planet hung below, peaceful and unaware. Clouds moved. Oceans sparkled. Life went on. This ship was the first line. The only line. If it fell, the invasion would begin in hours. They thought we'd run, Hawkins said. They thought we'd beg for mercy. They don't know us. Paul Greer wiped sweat from his brow. We just took out 5 of their ships with one volley. They didn't see that coming. Good, Hawkins said. Let them be scared. Fear makes them reckless. Lisa Moran looked at him. Do you think they'll retreat? No. They're proud. They've never lost. They'll come harder, faster, angrier. He turned to the crew. We are not here to win a battle. We are here to protect our home. Every person down there. Mothers, kids, farmers, teachers, they don't know what's happening up here. But we do. And we will not fail them. The crew straightened. No cheers, no speeches, just quiet resolve. Then the sensors screamed. Incoming warp signatures, Paul said. Multiple jumps. They're here. The stars seemed to tear open. One by one, Kelthari warships emerged from faster-than-light travel. Big ones. Long, jagged, covered in weapon ports. Their engines glowed blue. They formed a wide arc surrounding the Maverick. They outnumber us, Lisa said. They always do, Hawkins said. Doesn't matter. The Kelthari flagship moved. Forward. Its voice boomed over the comms in broken human speech. This is Commander Kalar of the Kelthari Armada. Surrender your vessel. Your planet will be spared if you kneel now. Hawkins picked up the comms mic. He did not sit, did not hesitate. This is Captain Dale Hawkins of the United States Starship Maverick. You entered our space without warning. You attacked first. You killed our people. There will be no surrender. There will be no mercy. If you want this world, you'll have to take it from our cold, dead hands. He clicked off the comms. Open all weapon tubes. Full spread. Fire at will. The Maverick came alive. Railguns thundered. Missiles roared. Point defense lasers lit up the dark, shooting down incoming energy bolts. The Kelthari fired back. Beams of blue light slashed through space. One struck the Maverick's side, tearing. Through armor and setting a fire on Deck 6. We've lost external sensors on the port side, Paul said. Doesn't matter, Hawkins said. We still see them. We still shoot. A Kelthari cruiser moved in close, trying to flank. The Maverick pivoted and fired a full broadside. 10 railgun rounds hit in a line. The cruiser's hull cracked open like an egg. It exploded in silence. Another ship tried to warp behind them. Before it could fire, a swarm of small drones launched from the Maverick's underbelly. They were fast, unguided, packed with explosives. They slammed into the Kelthari ship and detonated. The warp core failed. The ship vanished in a flash. They're not used to this kind of fight, Lisa said. We're not playing their game. No, Hawkins said. We're playing ours. Fast, brutal, no rules. The battle raged. Kelthari ships fell. Human shields flickered. Damage reports piled up. But the Maverick held. Then, a new signal. Captain, Lisa said. Mars Command, General, Carson. He says orbital rail platforms are ready. Waiting for your mark. Hawkins looked at the screen. The Kelthari fleet was spreading out, forming a kill zone. Tell him to wait. Let them get closer. When I say go, I want those rods to fall like rain. Yes, sir. On the Kelthari flagship. Kalar watched in disbelief. His fleet was losing. Ships he had commanded for years were gone. And the human ship, damaged, burning in places, still fought. They do not stop, Vrex said. They do not fear death. They are not like other species, Kalar said. They fight not for glory, not for power. They fight for that planet. Vrex looked at the blue world below. Perhaps. That makes them stronger. Kalar did not answer. He gave the order. All ships to advance. Full energy barrage. End this now. But as the Kelthari moved in, The Maverick fired one last missile salvo, then broke formation, diving toward Earth's atmosphere. "They are retreating," Vrex said. "No," Kalar said. "They are leading us in." And then, the sky above Earth lit up, not from ships, not from lasers, from above. Huge rods, black and silent, fell from high orbit, moving faster than anything natural. They struck the Kelthari formation like hammers from God. One hit a command ship. It vaporized. Another punched through 3 warships in a line. Explosions bloomed in the dark. Kalar screamed as his ship shook. "What is this?" "Orbital kinetic strike," Vrex said, voice breaking. "They turned their own sky into a weapon." The Maverick pulled up, skimming the edge of the atmosphere, its engines flaring red. On board, the crew watched the rods fall. "They didn't see that coming," Paul said. Hawkins leaned on the rail. "No. And now they know. This is not a weak world. This is a world that fights." The Kelthari fleet broke. Ships turned, fled, jumped to warp. Silence returned. The Kelthari armada was broken. Ships burned. Others drifted, dead and silent. The rest jumped to warp, fleeing the system as fast as they could. The sky above Earth was littered with wreckage, twisted metal, frozen bodies, the remains of pride that had dared to challenge a world it did not understand. On the bridge of the USS Maverick, the crew sat in silence. No cheers, no music, just the hum of damaged systems and the soft beeping of repair alerts. They had won, but it didn't feel like victory. It felt like survival. Captain Dale Hawkins stood at the front, staring at the blue planet below. His face was tired. His hands were steady. He had given the orders. He had sent men and women into fire. And now they were alive. For now. "Damage. Report," he said, voice calm. Lieutenant Paul Greer looked up from his console. "Hull breaches sealed on decks 6 and 9. Fire on deck 7 is out. Shields are down to 40%. Railguns 2 and 4 are offline. Missile bays at 30% capacity. Engines? Functional, but the port thruster array took a direct hit. Maneuvering is slow." Hawkins nodded. "Get the repair teams moving. Seal every crack. Recharge what we can. This fight isn't over." Lisa Moran turned from comms. "Sir, Earth Command is hailing. They want a full report." "Send it. Tell them we held. Tell them the enemy is gone, but tell them to keep all forces on high alert. They'll be back." "Do you really think so?" Paul asked. "I know so," Hawkins said. "We hurt their pride. That's worse than hurting their fleet. They'll come again. Bigger. Angrier. They won't stop until they break us or we break them." Lisa typed the message fast. As she sent it, a new alert flashed. "We're picking up signals from the debris field," she said. "Some Kelthari ships are still active. Life signs, low power. Survivors? Maybe. Or traps." Hawkins thought for a moment. "Send. A drone. Scan for weapons. If they're helpless, we take prisoners. If they're faking, we blow them to dust." "Yes, sir." The Kelthari flagship, the Vornthak, floated in the dark, its engines dead, its hull cracked. Inside, Commander Kalar sat in the dim light, blood on his face. The bridge was ruined. Half his crew was gone. Vrex, his tactician, knelt beside him. "We lost 137 ships," Vrex said. "Only 60 remain. Most are damaged." Kalar did not speak. He looked at the screen. The human planet still glowed, peaceful, untouched, and the Maverick, though wounded, still orbited like a guard dog. "They did this with one ship," Vrex whispered. "One. And they had more weapons in hiding. That orbital strike, it was not just power. It was planning. They waited. They lured us in." Kalar finally moved. "We were fools. We saw their small cities, their old rockets, their weak signals. We thought they were soft. But they are not weak. They are patient. What do we do now? We survive. We report. We tell the High Council what we found. And if they do not believe us, then they will send another fleet. And that fleet will die too." On Earth, the news spread fast, not through official channels, through phones, radios, emergency alerts. People looked up at the night sky and saw flashes. Some cried. Some prayed. Others just stared, knowing something huge had happened far above. In a small town in Kansas, an old man sat on his porch with a coffee. His grandson ran up yelling, "Grandpa, the news says there was a battle in space. The aliens attacked, and we fought back." The old man sipped his drink. "I told you they'd come one day." "But we won. The ship held. They ran." The old man looked up. The stars were clear. "Quiet. Good," he said. "Let them run. Let them tell the others. Let the whole galaxy know. You don't touch this world and walk away." Back in orbit, the Maverick began repairs. Drones crawled over its hull like ants, sealing cracks and replacing broken panels. Inside, the crew rotated shifts. Some slept, others worked. No one celebrated. Paul Greer sat at his station, checking sensor logs. He noticed something strange. "Captain," he said, "I'm picking up a signal. Weak, repeating. It's coming from one of the wrecked Kelthari ships. Not a distress call. More like a data burst. Can we decode it?" "Working on it." Lisa joined him. Together they ran the signal through the translator. It was slow. The Kelthari language was harsh, built for war, not conversation. But after 10 minutes, they got a partial read. It says, "Warning," Lisa read. "Do not engage. Human weapons unknown. Tactics unpredictable. Species highly aggressive. Repeat, do not engage." Paul looked at her. "They're sending a message to someone else." "Not just someone," Hawkins said. "Their empire. They're telling their people to stay away." "Will it work?" "Maybe not. But it's a start." Then another alert. "New warp signatures," Paul said. "Multiple. Coming from the outer belt." Hawkins turned. "Kelthari?" "No. Different signature. Unknown origin." The crew tensed. On the view screen, lights blinked in the dark. One by one, ships emerged. Not Kelthari. Not human. Long silver vessels with smooth curves and glowing blue engines. They moved in perfect silence. No weapons visible. No signals sent. "Who are they?" Lisa asked. "Don't know," Hawkins said. "But they're scanning the battlefield, looking at the wrecks, looking at us." The lead ship opened a comms channel. A voice came through, calm, deep, not human. "This is the Sentinel vessel Elara. We detected high-energy conflict in this system. Identify yourselves." Hawkins took the mic. "This is Captain Dale Hawkins of the USS Maverick. This is our system. State your purpose." A pause. "We are observers. We patrol the void. We saw what happened here. The Kelthari fleet was destroyed by your hand. They attacked us first. No, we saw. We also saw your response. It was extreme, efficient, without mercy. They gave us no choice." Another pause. Longer. "You are not like the others," the voice said. "You do not seek to rule. You seek to protect. That is rare. We don't want trouble, but we won't run." "Good. The galaxy needs more like you." The Elara turned. The fleet moved away, vanishing into warp. Lisa looked at Hawkins. "Were they friends?" "Maybe. Or maybe they just don't want the Kelthari getting stronger." Paul checked the sensors. "They left something. A data packet. Encrypted. But it's tagged with a symbol. Looks like a circle with a star in the center. Store it. We'll look at it later." Days passed. The Maverick slowly healed. Earth launched supply ships, repair crews, fresh fighters. The planet was awake now. No more hiding, no more pretending. The age of silence was over. In Washington, generals and scientists met. In Moscow, Beijing, New Delhi, leaders called emergency sessions. The truth was out. Humanity was not alone, and it was not weak. Hawkins got a message from General Carson. "New orders. You are to remain in orbit, defend the planet, but also prepare. The Kelthari will return, and when they do, we won't fight. One ship at a time, we fight as one." He looked at the crew, tired, bruised, proud. "You all knew this job wouldn't be easy," he said. "You signed up to guard the sky. Today, you proved why. But this is only the beginning. More will come, bigger threats, darker enemies, and every time, we will be here. Not for glory, Not for war, for home. The crew said nothing. They didn't need to. Their faces said it all. That night, as the Maverick circled the Earth, a single light flashed from a village in Africa, then another in Peru, then one in Siberia. People were looking up, waving, thanking. They couldn't hear the crew, couldn't see their faces, but they knew. Someone was watching, someone was ready, and if the stars ever turned against them again, the Maverick would answer. Weeks passed, and the silence in space held. No more Kelthari ships appeared, no more alien signals. The wreckage from the battle slowly drifted apart, caught in the gravity of Earth and Moon, some burning up in the atmosphere like false stars. The people below began to breathe again. Children returned to school. Farmers tilled the fields. Cities lit up at night as if nothing had changed. But on the USS Maverick, nothing was the same. The ship had been repaired, new railgun barrels installed, missile bays refilled, shields upgraded with captured Kelthari tech sent from Earth labs. The crew rotated in shifts, but none of them slept easy. They had seen the dark. They had fought it, and they knew it would. Return. Captain Dale Hawkins stood on the bridge every morning, same time, same place. He watched the sun rise over the curve of Earth, painting the clouds in gold and red. He did not smile. He did not speak. He just watched, as if making sure the world was still there. Lieutenant Paul Greer had started mapping the debris field in detail, not just for salvage, for answers. He pulled data from damaged Kelthari drives, cracked codes with help from Lisa Moran, and slowly pieced together what the aliens had known before they attacked. They scouted us for years, Paul said one day. Not just our planet, our history, our wars, our weapons. They watched us test nukes, saw us land on the moon. They even recorded TV signals from the 1950s. Lisa looked up from her screen. So they knew about our bombs, our rockets. Why did they think we were weak? Because we stopped fighting each other, Paul said. No big wars in decades. No planet-wide armies. They thought peace meant weakness. They didn't understand that we got stronger by building instead of burning. Hawkins walked over. They saw calm and called it fear. They saw unity and called it surrender. They were wrong. Then the alert came. New signal, Lisa said. Tight beam, coming from Jupiter's orbit. It's the data packet the silver ships left behind. Open it. The screen flickered. A star map appeared. Thousands of points of light. Then one area zoomed in. A cluster of systems marked with the circle and star symbol. Text scrolled beside it, translated slowly. This is a warning, Lisa read. A list. Kelthari attacked these worlds. All were destroyed. No survivors. The silver ships, they are watchers. They do not fight, but they remember. And they share. Paul leaned in. They're telling us the Kelthari are worse than we thought. And they're telling us we're not the first. But we're the first who fought back, Hawkins said. And we're the first who lived, Lisa added. The message ended with a single line. You have earned respect. Watch the edge of your sky. They will return with fire. Silence filled the bridge. Then Paul said, They're not coming back alone next time. They'll bring more. Maybe allies. Maybe worse weapons. Then we build more too, Hawkins said. Send the data to Earth. All of it. Let them know what we're up against. Deep below on the planet, governments changed fast. No more secrets. No more borders in space. The United Space Defense was formed. Every nation's military, every scientist, every engineer working as one. Factories that once made cars now built war drones. Universities trained pilots for space combat. Kids studied alien tech in school. The Maverick was no longer alone. One morning, new ships appeared on radar. Sleek and powerful. The USS Knight, the USS Sentinel, the US Hammer. Each one a battleship, built with lessons from the first fight. Railguns stronger, shields faster, AI smarter. They're beautiful, Lisa said, watching the Knight dock for resupply. They're necessary, Hawkins said. Paul checked the long-range sensors. Something else is out there. Kelthari? No, smaller. Fast, like probes. How many? Dozens, maybe hundreds, spread across the solar system. They're watching us, Hawkins said. Same as before. Scouting. Waiting. Should we shoot them down? No. Let them see. Let them report. Let the Kelthari know we are not hiding. We are building. We are ready. Days turned to weeks. The probe signals kept coming. Earth launched more ships. Orbital platforms were armed. Mines placed in asteroid belts. Drones patrolled the edge of the system. Then one night, the quiet broke. Incoming warp jump, Lisa said. Single ship. Small. Not Kelthari. Not silver. The view screen lit up. A vessel appeared, damaged, spinning slowly. Human design, but not from Earth. That's a deep-range scout, Paul said. Model DC-7, launched 20 years ago. Thought to be lost. It's back, Lisa said, and it's broadcasting a distress call. Hawkins gave the order. Bring it in. Seal the hangar. Full bio and tech scan. The ship was pulled into the Maverick's bay. When the hatch opened, one man stepped out, suit torn, face pale. He collapsed. In medical, he woke up. His name was Jim, pilot of the Voyager 3. He had been sent to the Alpha Centauri system, never made it. Something attacked, something worse than Kelthari. They were waiting, Jim said, voice weak. Not Kelthari. Bigger, darker ships. No lights, no signals. They killed the crew. I was in cryo. Woke up later. Ran for home. What did they want? Hawkins asked. Our system, our planet. They knew it was rich, alive, and weak. We're not weak, Paul said. You were, Jim said, before the fight. Now maybe not. The data from his ship was worse. Maps, images. Kelthari fleets moving, yes, but others too. 3 different empires had marked Earth as a target. All thought it easy prey. We're not just fighting one enemy, Lisa said. We're fighting the whole damn galaxy. Hawkins stood up. Then we show them who we are. He called Earth, gave the order. All ships to active patrol. All, weapons hot, all crews on standby. That night, he stood on the bridge alone. The stars were cold, the void was deep, but Earth glowed below, warm and alive. He thought of his wife, his daughter, the house by the lake, the dog that barked at the moon. They didn't know the truth. Not all of it. Not yet. But they were safe because he was here. Because they all were, and if the darkness came again, they would not hide, they would not run, they would stand, and they would make the stars remember the cost of attacking home. The sky above Earth was quiet, but it was not peaceful. Silence in space meant waiting. Watching. The USS Maverick floated in high orbit, its hull scarred but strong. New armor plates lined its sides. Extra missile pods were bolted to the wings. Every system had been pushed beyond normal limits because normal was not enough anymore. Captain Dale Hawkins stood at the command rail as he always did, his eyes on the stars, his mind on the dark. He had not slept more than 4 hours in a week. Dreams kept coming, not of home, not of family, of war, of fire in the void, of ships falling, of voices screaming over comms. He woke up each time, with his hand clenched like he was still giving orders. The fleet had grown. 5 new battleships now patrolled with the Maverick. The Knight, the Sentinel, the Hammer, the Ranger, and the Bulwark. Each one built fast and mean. No luxury, no extra. Weight. Just guns, armor, and will. They moved in loose formation like wolves in the night. Not perfect, not elegant, but ready. Lieutenant Paul Greer sat at tactical, his fingers moving over the screen. He had lost 10 pounds in the last month. Food was not important. Only data. Only threats. Probe count up to 273, he said. All Kelthari. All near the orbit of Mars. They are mapping our defenses. Lisa Moran at comms looked up. They know we see them. Why don't they hide? Because they want us to know they are watching, Hawkins said. They want us scared. They want us to feel the pressure. Are we? Paul asked. No, fear is for before the fight. We are past that. Now we are just angry. Lisa picked up a signal. New message from Earth. General Carson, orbital. Rail platforms are fully armed. Asteroid mines are active. Drone swarms are ready. All units report full combat readiness. Good, Hawkins said. Tell them the Maverick is ready. Always has been. Then the alert came. Not loud. Not flashing. Just a soft ping. Strange reading, Paul said. Out past Neptune, low energy, slow movement. Not a ship, not a probe. What is it? Hawkins asked. Looks like a container, metal, box-shaped. No power, no signal, just drifting. Lisa checked the comms. No one launched it. Not us. Not any known group. Send a drone, Hawkins said. Scan it. Bring it in if it's safe. The drone moved out, took pictures, ran scans. The box was simple. No markings. No weapons. But inside there was something. A data core. Old style. Human format. When it was brought into the ship and opened, the crew gathered around. This is not ours, Paul said. Not from any Earth agency. The encryption is different. Lisa cracked it in 2 hours. The file was a video. It showed a man in a lab coat, tired eyes, shaky hands. He sat in a dark room. If you are watching this, he said. Then it worked. I sent this out before. They took me. My name is Dr. Eric Ballard. I was part of the Deep Space Comms project. 10 years ago, we picked up a signal. Not from aliens. From us. The crew looked at each other. What does that mean? Lisa asked. The man on screen went on. The signal was in English. From the future. It warned us. The Kelthari would come. They would attack. And we would lose. The message said Earth falls in 2 years from now. Billions die. The planet burns. But it also said one ship holds the key. The Maverick. It said Captain Dale Hawkins must survive. He must lead, or all is lost. Silence filled the room. Paul looked at Hawkins. That's you. I know. Do you believe it? Hawkins did not answer at first. He stared at the screen. The man kept talking. I tried to warn people. No one listened. Then they came. Men in black. Took me. Said I was spreading panic. I hid this data pod and launched it into deep space. Maybe someone finds it. Maybe it helps. The video ended. No one spoke. Then Paul said, if this is real, we are already behind. The clock is ticking. Or we just changed it, Lisa said. We already beat them once. That wasn't in the message. Because we did not know, Hawkins said. Now we do. He turned to the crew. This changes nothing. We keep fighting. We keep building. But now we know. This is not just about survival. It is about time. About fate. If that message came from the future and we are still here, then maybe we can stop what comes next. Days that followed were hard. Not from battle, from waiting, from knowing. The probe count rose to 300. Kelthari scouts moved closer. Some even passed by the moon. They did not attack. They just watched. Recorded. Reported. Earth responded. More ships launched. Satellites armed. Cities built deeper bunkers. Schools taught space defense. Kids learned how to survive impact. One night, Paul found something. Massive energy buildup, he said. Past Pluto, not natural, not human. Ship, bigger, like a fleet. Warp signatures forming. Lisa. Check the comms. No signal, no message. They are coming in silent. Hawkins stood up. Battle stations. All ships. Form defense line near Mars orbit. We do not let them near Earth. The fleet moved, fast and quiet. They took position behind an asteroid belt. Guns ready. Shields. Up. Drones spread out like nets. Hours passed. Then the stars tore open. Not one jump. Not 10. Hundreds. Kelthari warships poured into the system. Bigger than before. Darker. More weapons. Their formation was tight. Professional. This was not a raid. This was war. They brought everything, Paul said. Good, Hawkins said. Let them see what we brought too. The Kelthari fleet stopped. Silent. No message. No demand. Just waited. Then one ship moved forward. Large. Black. With a red mark on the side. It opened a channel. Commander Kalar appeared on screen. His face was harder. His voice colder. Captain Hawkins. You took much from us. Now we take everything. From you. You tried that already, Hawkins said. You lost. This is not the same. We studied you. We know your weapons, your moves, your weak points. Then you should also know we do not break. Klar smiled. A thin, cold thing. Attack. The Kelthari moved, fast, in waves. Energy beams lit the dark. Missiles flew. The human fleet fired back. Railguns roared. Explosions bloomed. 1. Battleship the Ranger took a direct hit. Its shield failed. Hull cracked. It spun away trailing fire. They are targeting weak points, Paul said. They know our design flaws. Then we change the game, Hawkins said. Activate drone. Swarm. Launch mines. All ships fall back to Jupiter line. The fleet pulled back. Kelthari followed. Confident. Hungry. But as they passed through the asteroid belt, the mines blew. Hundreds at once. Ships torn apart. Then drones attacked from all sides. Small, fast, deadly. They hit engines, sensors, weapon ports. A Kelthari command. Ship exploded. They did not expect this, Lisa said. They expected the past, Hawkins said. We gave them the future. The battle raged. No side gave ground, no mercy. Kelthari ships fell. Human ships burned. But the Maverick held. It led the charge. It took hits. It kept firing. Then Paul saw it. Big energy spike. Behind the main. Fleet. A new ship jumped in. Huge. Longer than any battleship. Black as night. No lights, no markings. That is not Kelthari, Lisa said. No, Hawkins said. That is worse. The ship opened fire. Not beams. Not missiles. A wave of dark energy. Silent. Fast. It hit the Sentinel. The ship's power died. Lights out. No response. Dead in space. Shields cannot block that, Paul said. Then we destroy it, Hawkins said. All weapons. Focus fire. Now! The fleet turned. Railguns, missiles, lasers. All aimed at the black ship. The weapons hit. Explosions lit its hull. But it did not stop. Did not slow. It raised its weapons again. And fired. The dark ship fired and space itself seemed to tear. A wave of black energy spread like a shadow across the void. It hit the bulwark and the ship died in an instant. No explosion, no fire, just silence. Power gone, crew frozen in the dark. The wave passed through debris and dust like it was alive. Hungry. On the Maverick, alarms screamed. Shields flickered. Lights dimmed. What was that? Lisa Moran shouted. Not energy. Not matter, Paul Greer said, hands flying over the screen. It shuts down power. Kills engines, stops weapons, like it drains the life from machines. Hawkins did not move. His face was hard, his voice calm. Then we don't let it get close. All ships fall back, he ordered. Regroup at Jupiter orbit, form circle defense, protect the crippled ships. The human fleet pulled back fast. The Ranger and Sentinel were dead in space. The Knight had lost main power, but its crew was alive. Drones moved in to tow them. Kelthari ships chased but slowed when the minefields activated again. Explosions lit the dark. 3 warships vanished in fire. The black ship did not chase. It just floated, silent, watching. It's not with the Kelthari, Lisa said. They're keeping distance from it too. They brought it as a weapon, Hawkins said. But even they fear it. Paul checked the data. That ship, it's not just advanced. It's old. Older than anything out here. Its design doesn't match any known species. No signals. No heat trail. It's like it doesn't want to be seen. Until now, Hawkins said. Back on Earth, panic grew. News of the battle spread. People saw the flashes in the sky. Governments issued alerts. Families hugged close. But no one ran. No one hid. They looked up, and they waited. In a small town, a boy stood on his roof with a flashlight. He pointed it at the sky. Then another light came on. Then another. Across cities, across oceans. Millions of lights. Small, weak, but together, a message without words. We are still here. On the Maverick, Hawkins called a war meeting over comms. All surviving captains linked in. We can't fight that thing head on, said the captain of the Knight. Our weapons do nothing. Then we don't fight it like a ship, Hawkins said. We fight it like a threat. We trap it. We mislead it. We kill it like we kill everything that comes for us. How? We use what they don't understand. Our minds, our will. We are not machines. We are not perfect. We are messy. We are angry. And we do not quit. He turned to Paul. Can we hack it? No signal. No network. It's isolated. But it drains power. That means it emits something. Maybe we can reverse it. Send a pulse back. Like a shock? Yes. But we need to get close. Very close. And we need a strong enough charge. The orbital rail platforms, Lisa said. They store massive energy. What if we fire one not at a ship but at a drone? Charge it mid-flight. Paul snapped his fingers. A mobile power bomb. We fly it in. Hit the dark ship with its own weapon turned back on it. It's risky, Hawkins said. One mistake and it blows up early. We don't have a choice, Lisa said. Then we do it. The plan was set. A small drone was loaded with a receiver. It would fly near a rail platform, take a full kinetic charge not to destroy but to store, then race into space and ram the dark ship. Who flies it? Paul asked. No pilot, Hawkins said. Too dangerous. We run it remote, from the Maverick. They'll shoot it down. Then we give them something bigger to shoot at. Hawkins gave the order. The fleet turned. All ships advanced. Not in fear, not in retreat, in attack. Railguns fired, missiles flew, drones swarmed. The Kelthari fleet responded. Beams of light cut the dark. Ships burned, but the humans kept coming. In the chaos, the drone launched. Small, fast, black. It slipped past the battle line, raced toward the rail platform near the moon. Charging now, Lisa said. The platform fired, not a rod, not a weapon, a pulse of raw energy. It hit the drone. The machine glowed red. Systems screamed, but it held. Power stored. 89%. Moving to target. The drone shot forward. Kelthari fighters saw it, moved to intercept. But the human fleet pressed harder. Drew fire. Sacrificed a cruiser to keep the path open. It's close, Paul said. 10 seconds. The dark ship turned, as if it knew. It's targeting the drone, Lisa said. Too late, Hawkins said. Fire the pulse, now. The drone exploded, not in fire, but in light. A wave of energy surged into the dark ship. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the ship shook. Cracks formed on its surface. Black smoke or gas poured out. Its weapons dimmed. The energy wave it had fired stopped. It's damaged, Paul said. Its core is unstable. Then we finish it, Hawkins said. All rail platforms. Aim at that ship. Fire kinetic rods. Now. From high orbit, rods fell. Not 1. Not 10. 30. Each one moving at insane speed. They hit the dark ship in a storm. The first cracked its hull. The second tore through the core. The third and fourth and fifth struck again and again. Ship broke. Not with a bang, but with a scream. A sound no one could hear in space but felt in the bones. Then it collapsed. Imploded. Vanished into a small black hole that died in seconds. Silence. The Kelthari fleet did not move, did not attack. They watched their weapon die, their confidence shattered. They're retreating, Lisa said. Not retreating, Hawkins said. Fleeing. One by one, the Kelthari ships jumped to warp. Fast. Panicked. The battle was over. On the Maverick, no one cheered. They were tired. Hurt. Some cried. Others just sat. They had won. But the cost was high. 3 battleships gone. 2 crippled. Hundreds dead. But Earth was safe. For now. Hawkins looked at the stars. The same stars that had brought death. The same stars that now held silence. He opened a channel to Earth. This is Captain Dale Hawkins. The attack has been stopped. The enemy is gone. We held the line. We kept our home safe. He paused. They thought we were weak. They thought we would break. They were wrong. We are not perfect. We are not the strongest. But we protect what is ours. And if anyone ever comes again, we will be waiting. He closed the channel. The crew sat in quiet. Below on Earth, lights stayed on. People held each other. Kids slept safe. In the deep black of space, a single Kelthari probe still floated, damaged, half dead. It sent one last message before its power died. 3 words. Do not return. And somewhere far away, other ears heard. Other eyes read. Other minds remembered. The humans were not prey. They were not easy. They were not afraid. And they would burn the stars to keep their world alive.